As usual, we thank Law Insurance Brokers for sponsoring the hour between 8 and 9. And to start the hour, we have a sponsored segment courtesy of Howard Johnson Realty Limited of unit number 15 in the Ligony Post Mall in Capital City, Kingston 6. And they're sponsoring Real Estate Today, which happens at 8 o'clock for about 10 minutes or so every weekday, every Wednesday morning. And the topic for discussion today is investment properties, a vision for 2021. You see, real estate is one of the most common investments used for capital growth. Over the last couple of years, the growth in business centers, Airbnbs and villas and even other investment properties have multiplied rapidly in Jamaica. Now, if you're interested in acquiring your own investment property, there are some things you'll need to know. That is why this morning we're joined by Howard Johnson Jr., CEO of Howard Johnson Realty Limited. And I think Howard is there. Happy New Year, Howard.
And same to you, Richie, and the team at Edge FM. Happy New Year to all your listeners and all the best for 2021.
I see you're starting off with a bang. I love the topic. Yeah. I'm happy that you're here. And we also have a very, very important gentleman as our guest. We're joined by the CEO of Kingston Properties Limited, Mr. Kevin Richards. Good morning, Kevin. Welcome to the program. How are you doing? Happy New Year.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you and your team.
All right.
I wish for everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2021.
Most definitely. And investment properties, a vision for 2021. This is a topic that I'm sure that both of you are quite comfortable with. I'm going to start with you, Kevin. I think we can agree that investment objectives vary among investors. But I'm asking you now, what would you say are some of the reasons for purchasing an investment property? That's for you, Kevin.
Well, one of the things that many people know, some don't know, but I would like to let it be known that real estate is the asset class that gives you the best long-term returns. So if you think about something that you've held for 20, 30 years, that has given you a better return than if you had stocks or bonds or cash or precious metals or anything like that. So because of that, I would say a lot of people look at real estate as part of their retirement planning, their pension, if you want to call it that, because it maintains its value and it increases in value over the long term. Another reason people look at it is probably diversification. As I mentioned, there are other asset classes, stocks, bonds, cash, whatever. Some people may have those already. So buying a piece of real estate is a way of diversifying, spreading the risk so that you have returns from all different types of assets.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, because it preserves value, people will hold that. And some people may even look at it for speculation. I mean, if you look at what's been happening across the island with the expansion of the road networks, new roads being formed, you've seen people who are acquiring properties in certain areas because they expect that there's going to be development in certain areas. So they may buy a piece of property as speculation.
Mm-hmm. What would you say, Kevin, are some of the options for individuals who desire to venture into property investment but want to share the property ownership?
We're in another hat from another organization. I've been seeing a sort of trend burgeoning of people getting together and forming packs to do real estate investments. You'll see people pooling resources to develop a property, for example, or to buy a building or stuff like that. So there is that sort of, I don't want to use the word crowdfunding, but it's usually a small group of people who are putting together resources and acquiring investment properties. Mm-hmm. There are other options which have always existed, such as, buying into a real estate unit trust or a fund or a real estate mutual fund. And perhaps my favorite option is buying into real estate investment companies, particularly those that are listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And I can make a shameless plug here for Kingston Properties Limited, which
Absolutely.
is one of those such companies that have done very well over the last 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I'm going to bring in Howard right now. Howie, let's look at the current real estate market. It's early days yet in 2021. What can investors expect for this year?
I think the key word for this year would be opportunities. Looking at the trends that existed towards the end of 2021, and no doubt impacted by the pandemic, we have seen a lot of opportunities coming up where persons either are looking for deals or persons are diversifying their funds. Persons are putting their properties up for sale because they can't manage their mortgages anymore. So opportunities will exist during this time. And if you are a keen investor, you can't just sit and expect these opportunities to fall in your lap. You would need to look to your professionals. A shameless plug for Howard Johnson Realty. Talk to your professionals. Yeah, talk to your professionals. They know where these deals are, and it's not just in residential sales. You have commercial entities, and as Kevin mentioned, persons are pooling together and buying an investment property, fixing it up, selling it back, and share the profit. So this is a year for opportunity, and if the trend continues, which I expect it to, we will be seeing a lot of these opportunities in 2021, and I'm encouraging our listeners to stay tuned and be ready to move on these opportunities when they do present themselves.
Because they will, eh?
They will, definitely.
Still with you, Howie. Based on your experience through the years, what would you say is the most common question you've received from clients who are looking to purchase real estate?
It comes in several different forms, but the gist of it is, what's your best price? You can't take off something. Is it negotiable? Investors are always looking for a deal, and rightfully so. If you're investing in a property, you want to make sure that you're getting the best deal that is possible. So you're going to engage in negotiations, and every savings or every opportunity that you come across, once there is that level of savings and you can get it a little cheaper, even if it's $1 and you get it for 99 cents, you would have had a 1 cent equity, so to speak. So investors are always looking for that. So in the event that they're trying to dispose of the property down the road, they don't have to be greedy, and they can see a great return on their money because they acquired at a reasonable rate. So the buzzword, I think, is going to be, what can you do for me in terms of the pricing? Mm-hmm. And it will be in the interest of every developer to ensure that they get the best possible deal. Again, using your professionals who are skilled in negotiating these terms and conditions on your behalf.
All right. Kevin, let's look at the matter of financing. What advice would you give to potential investors who are planning to invest in 2021 in terms of how they can go about procuring financing for an investment property?
Yeah, just piggybacking on something that Howard has said is in terms of deals and prices, that people need to do their research. Before you're jumping into anything, kind of scope out the market, see what the deals are out there, and look at what your financing options are. A lot of people think that, the terms of a financing is the same as if you're doing a primary home purchase. It would be different because you're doing it for investments. So the cash flows from the properties are going to be more critical, and that is something that a financial institution is going to be looking at. The other thing is that the interest rates may also be different. So if you're looking at a property, you have to do a comprehensive research. How much is this property going to earn you? Is it going to earn you enough to cover the amount you have to spend to service the debt? Is it going to be enough to cover all the expenses of the property and still leave over something for you to benefit from, which you wouldn't have gotten from any other form of investment? So that is very important, that you do your research and know your budget.
Absolutely. Howie, that brings us to the tip of the day. You have it?
Yes, I do. When it comes to real estate investment, location is a key factor. You don't want to buy into an area just because the price is right. Perform your due diligence, as Kevin rightly said. Check the market value, the neighborhood, and what the location has to offer.
Thank you for that, Howie. We're now at 9 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. It's Real Estate Today, but we cannot close this feature without what is called the Deal on the Edge. Go ahead, Howard.
Make this beautiful 2-story, 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom apartment your home today. This property is located in the quiet neighborhood in Red Hills and features a spacious shared garden for your relaxation. Enjoy amazing views of the city from the bedroom. Escape the hustle and bustle of the city and come home to the cool hills of Red Hills. This unit is going for 110,000 Jamaican dollars. It's a rental unit. We're asking you to contact Michelle Scott at 876-868-4530. That's Michelle Scott, 868-4530.
Good luck to you, Michelle Scott. That should not stay on your hands very, very long at all. I was thinking, that if it were a property for sale, then you wouldn't have to look very far because chances are you get a call from Kevin himself.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Listen.
All the time, but that's fine.
Okay, got you. Kevin, it was great having you on the program. I know that a lot of exciting things are happening at Kingston Properties, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, absolutely. And thanks for having me this morning.
Hope it's going to be another great year for you. And Howard, thanks as always, my brother. And you have a great year as well.
No problem. And same to you, Richie, and the team.
Catch you again next week. That was, of course, Real Estate Today, and it's sponsored by Howard Johnson Realty Limited of unit number 15 in the Ligony Post Mall in Kingston 6. Today's topic was investment properties, a vision for 2021. Think about it. Make some right choices. Secure your investments. Move on to a happier life. It's now 11 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.